tests of some adjustments I've been making, so nothing too exciting tonight. Got some junk in the background. Just relaxing, playing some games.
Hey everyone, welcome to Info Flash.
Hoping that the
So
audio
Joe,
isn't
power
too
yesterday, too?
terrible while I'm doing
Yeah, when the
this.
lights went out there, I was cooking dinner. Oh, well, if we're getting specific, I was nuking a half-eaten burrito I found wedged in my couch cushions. Yeah, I know I shouldn't have. After all, I heard microwaves zap out all the nutrients. But hey, it kills the cockroaches too, so, you know, you win some, you lose some. Anyway, what was I... Right, the power outage. Apparently some plant out in Santo short-circuited. Heard the EMPs were knocking AVs out of the sky.
Oh, my computer does not like how much stuff I have it doing right now. So I'm worried the audio is like popping and clicking. I turned up the buffers. Trying to eke some more lifespan out of this computer for all the stuff that I try to do with it. Let's go see River. That was a tough mission with him. I don't even know where I'm going. This TV studio's whack. Hello, Officer Friendly. I don't know where Vasquez went though. Always seems kind of cool. Hello, let me know. Hey Linnea, if you pop into Discord, can you tell me if my audio, if you can hear the game in the Discord stream? And also, let me know if the audio has any clicks or pops or anything weird, because I'm trying to see if my audio settings are way more buffering than I want are gonna be okay. Thanks. One moment, my headset is telling me it has a low battery. It was a long day of conference calls. Alright. Cool, thanks. Actually, Linnea, while you're doing that, I'm actually going to be right back. I'm going to go get some water, because I am really thirsty. Alright, I'm back. Talking to my friend about this game, he's like, I wonder if any of the developers have ever actually ridden a motorcycle in real life. Like, yeah, it's kind of fair. It is remarkably hard to do a U-turn in this game on a motorcycle. I don't mean like going into a U-turn at crazy speeds. I mean, like, just coming to a stop and doing a normal U-turn. It's a 3-point turn the damn motorcycles. I do really enjoy the game, but let's be honest, it has issues. So we won't sugarcoat that, but it is fun. I think it looks great. I have no idea what the heck that was. That was weird. It's too bad I don't have everything set up for quickly getting highlights off of my games yet. Oh, I should really fix the, yeah. Let's disable copyright music. I don't think this track is, but I don't really need to get stuff banned from Twitch. That was avoidable, easily avoidable. Definitely how motorcycles work right there. Oh, missed my turn again. Great at that. So this is a cool motorcycle. It's got the hub center, the steering on the front wheel, like the B-Moda Tessie D3 or the 3D, whatever. Can't afford it. Doesn't really matter what it's called. You can't buy one.
Huh. I think it was here.
There's a really cool scooter from Italjet called the Italjet Dragster. And they sold them for a while in the US. I really wanted to buy one, and back when they sold them, I just could not
Patience is a
quite
virtue.
pull it off. Yeah, since it was a small thing, it was hard to get financing, and I couldn't have bought it back then without financing. And I really wish they still sold them in the US. They're really a pain to get. Everyone thinks they're worth like more than they were new.
Oh, hey!
Hello, hi Monique.
Hi.
Oh, hey Johnny.
Not coming?
Not really my jam, picnics. But you have fun. Spinning a new song anyway. Rather focus on that.
Glad you're here. I need your help cooking.
What's on the menu?
Jambalaya. Come on. You can stir the meat.
Soy meat. Okay. Oh no, maybe Joss would be more help.
Joss did her bit. Just grab the damn spoon and start stirring.
Yeah, come on, grab the damn spoon and start stirring.
This is an ancient Ward family secret.
Uh-huh. Onions, paprika, thyme. Just need to mince some celery and garlic. But you stir, please. Stir.
Yeah, keep stirring. Come on.
How's Randy holding up?
He's looking for his old self. Physically, though. It'll be a long road before he's back to full health.
And mentally? That was some experience.
What Harris did to him, fucked as this might sound, might have helped the kid. Could be wrong, but feels like a clean break for him.
Somehow look different than usual today.
Is that so?
Yeah. Different meaning normal. As if you got a good night's sleep.
Normal.
Wanted you to see this side of me, too.
Honestly, thought you were kidding about the cook-off. Or that Joss had sweat away in the kitchen while...
Oh. Joss doesn't know the first thing about cooking. Actually, I like to torture foodstuffs. Haven't had many
Now
opportunities
I'm
lately.
hungry.
Don't mean to spoil a nice day, but... I gotta ask. What about Peter Pan?
You're asking if I killed him. We'll talk later, okay?
Sure. No pressure. It's just you know.
I know.
Come on, you're supposed to be stirring.
All right. Think you've stirred enough? Mind grabbing the rice from the kitchen?
Yes, sir.
I probably should not have clicked that link that you just sent me, mostly because I have so little spare CPU. Yeah. Actually, I'm going to close down a couple things I noticed are still open that don't need to be. I hope that helps. Ah, yes, my CPU has gone from 100% to 97%. Yes, that helped. Oh, 93. I need to upgrade this computer so
No,
badly.
Randy's always been that way. But I'm sure this didn't help none. You know, his father was a difficult man, too.
Where'll I find the rice?
I'll call you back later.
Basmati. Nice.
Alright. I like just interrupting the phone call.
Tomatoes in next. Now you can toss in the rice.
Rice is in.
Okay, now this has to bubble and brew. Patio. Grab a chair. And a beer or something else.
It's nice out here.
Yeah. Seems all good. Like nothing bad ever happened.
Tell me now. About Harris?
I paid him a visit at the hospital.
I need a drink.
He's still in a coma?
Yep. In a strange slumber between life and death. An empty shell in a hospital bed.
One shot to the head. Quick and clean.
I had the same
I
thought.
don't get why V's like,
It
might
was
as well
so
kill
easy.
him, when last time I played,
pressed
I
the gun to his head
told
and
I told River
remembered
not to.
something.
River.
How my parents died. Now, sure you want to hear this?
What happened?
Old man had a farm, like Harris's dad. But when business took a turn, well... my parents managed to open a small grocery. We lived on the floor above. A loud noise woke us one night. They wanted cash. Register was empty, so they stormed upstairs, forced us all to kneel, and demanded my dad tell him where he hid the money.
River.
So
You don't
Lenny,
gotta
how's
go
the sound and
Heard
well,
some
how's the
stories enough.
stream, I guess? And
No. Just... This is tough, I can tell. You
Well, I
really don't
can't
need
hear
to
you.
rehash it now.
hold on,
Okay, yeah,
I should be able to hear
you're
you.
probably right.
Just... Harris. What did you do? Had the gun to his head and...
I've ended a few lives in my time, but never like that. Never an execution.
There we go.
Slipped out of the hospital
I
quick.
can hear you now. Yes.
Told myself the case was closed.
That's good.
Okay, so
But-
how's the
What now? You're not going back to the PD?
PI has a nice ring to it.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Uncle River,
see.
you said you'd play with
Okay,
us.
that's good.
You promised.
All right, all right. Let's go. V, join us?
What are we gonna play, Uncle River?
You'll see.
Yeah, I'm not running RTX voice currently.
We're playing. Yeah. Big trouble in
I will
England.
probably try it again, but
Grab your
RTX voice just I don't have the bandwidth at this point. Yeah, I mean that's streaming gamers anyway, right? Oh, I remember
what do you
Human
think?
Shield doing this one.
Always wanted to try a game like this.
Well, nice firepower.
Yeah,
there.
it's probably a
Let's
good
not
thing
get
you
me
missed what I was
distracted.
playing
We can't
on
let
this
that
game
filth get away.
yesterday or the day before.
Oh, well, look at you.
Hey,
It
allow
was
me to
pretty.
introduce Captain
So
John McClane
this is
and
like
Lieutenant
the
Henry Callahan. They're our precinct's best
what
and
the
brightest.
mission I'm on right now is kind of the
Get
aftermath
there.
after I
I
saved
always work alone. No
River's nephew
exceptions.
Randy,
Even for you.
and
Yeah. Me
well,
too.
so oh, do I have a? I'm wondering if I can. Oh, I can't level up right now.
Got a crash course? Anything I ought to
So-
know?
The entire city is sick with crime and corruption.
It's hilarious how the kids look like adults with
And
this
we're
like
no
VR
saints
game, but then
either.
you hear their little
Even the police
kid
are
voices.
haunted by the sins of their past.
Anyway,
But the
that
cities
mission
without hope,
was
no one else
pretty
would ever
emotionally
dare
taxing, and there was
face.
another one that I did that was also
And
pretty-
your blood.
pretty bad.
He's the worst. But I know we
so
can beat him.
you probably wouldn't have wanted to sit through either of those. This stuff's fine.
All right, let's get to it.
Right. All we gotta do is track down El Chamuco.
Yeah, it's just those last couple missions I did
Take out his
were
lackeys
hard
along the
for
way.
me to do even.
He'll pay for his crimes.
So
We'll play like two teams.
Yeah,
Us and the kids. But we
it's
work
up
toward
there
the
with
same
the
objective.
stuff you didn't want to
The
see
team
on
with the best
Doki
result
Doki Lit
wins.
Club, if not worse.
We don't
Yeah.
stand a chance.
AV, just go easy, okay? It's their favorite game.
Sure.
Alright.
Oh, there he is! Get him! The city's mine! You'll never take her from me!
He's fast, but not fast enough to escape justice. Watch out! It's cronies. Too slow. Too many donuts.
Not half bad.
Sorry, which two?
Not done yet. Not half bad.
I need to play Slime Rancher. Yui was
Next
playing
round, next
it. It looks
round.
fun.
This way. It must be their rat-infested hideouts. I could smell the moral decay from a mile off. Quiet. Too quiet.
It's a trap! They were waiting for us!
Yeah.
Ah! Behind us! Hey, I have better aim. Okay, that's all of them. But next time we gotta be faster.
I will probably start playing those sooner or later. I made the really
Out of the way, citizen. Obstructing justice is punishable by law. This
made
is your
the
last warning.
questionable
Easy there,
decision
Captain. I'm just passing through.
recently to after this game, I'm gonna be trying to play all future games I play in either Japanese or Korean, which is gonna be horrifically painful at first. It is just like I'm doing well with the Pimsler stuff right now, but it's like I understand bits and pieces of things. I'm listening to podcasts, and I catch stuff. I'm catching more than I ever have. But it's just one of those things where I feel like I need to really push myself to accelerate. It just takes, I mean, you've done other languages, you know how it is. It takes a ton of repetition.
But it's not over yet.
Focus is just out the window these days.
Some last words?
Well, except for
Fine. Out
GameStop.
with it, scumbag.
Everyone's talking about
I wanna see
GameStop.
you squirm.
No.
And that's actually kind of annoying me. So I think the GameStop thing is funny in a way, but
Come on.
I am
Okay, so now
Lunch is ready.
remarkably done with it, you know?
Had him.
Oh, you'll get him next time.
At least we beat the grown-ups. We're the best.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting them win. They had fun.
And, I mean, the GameStop thing, the reason I'm just done with it is because I get on YouTube and all of my, like, I would say about half of my suggestions are,
No, they're great kids. It's no problem.
half of my suggestions
Seems they took a
are
liking
things
to
about
you,
this
too.
GameStop stock
Hey,
thing, and
Food's on the table.
most of them are missing some of the important details about it
So,
on what's really going
your
on,
game
because
fun?
they all come off
Awesome.
as
Kick their
like,
big butts.
oh, the billionaires
The
are
bad
whining,
guys.
or
Yeah,
the
bad
the little
guys
guys
too.
are taking it back, or Robin Hood
Time
can't
to
let
see if this tastes as good as
you
it
know
smells.
Main Street beat Wall Street.
Unemployment's being good to you. It's been
And
good.
I mean,
River's discovering the joys of family
some of
life.
the
That
very
and police
wealthy
duty.
hedge fund
Never
people
a good
are
mix.
taking this very poorly.
This
That's
here's a
true.
way to get some of those years back.
Some of the
I haven't seen him this
the
untroubled.
I'm really
in a
glad I'm
while.
not a Robin Hood user right now.
What
but
about you, V?
I don't know
You got a family?
enough about it to
Or
really
just
judge
relations?
what's going on with it. But I do know, well, I don't know enough about Robin Hood to judge what's going on there. I do know enough about the situation to know that the whole thing is not,
Used to see family as
it's not
baggage,
really fair
something that'd
to,
hold me back. You know, career first.
it's not really fair to be
Didn't do
like,
any better for
oh,
not having
these
one."
Redditors are just screwing things up. It's,
Well,
well,
You brought
what
my
a lot
family
of
back
things
to
are
me,
missing is
and
that,
I'm grateful.
If you say so, Joss.
you know, the reason it happened
And my brother
was because
likes you.
Joss.
Well,
the people
why
who were
hide it?
shorting GameStop, which makes a lot of sense to short
Probably
GameStop, but
asked
the
you to
people
say
who
that
were
himself,
shorting it
didn't he?
had
Wow.
were
How did you
shorting
know?
more shares of GameStop than GameStop shares exist.
Come on, Joss. You don't see wedding
So-
bells in my future, surely.
Yeah, I mean,
Why not?
it just looks remarkably
Who thinks me and
greedy
Uncle
and
Rick are
bad
making
at that
good
point. I mean, you're not just
I do.
you know, they're not
He
just
voted.
betting that
Well, that's decided.
they're not just betting that
Got an
that it's
$11.99.
currently
Officer needs
overpriced.
backup.
Come on, pull you out of this ambush.
They're betting that basically that it's going to go out of business, you know. And okay, I mean that's fine,
Thanks, Joss.
Yeah,
but
thanks.
it's just so many when you're shorting all more than the number of shares that
Situation was
exist.
getting dicey.
That's what partners are for.
That was
I'm about a hair's breadth away from having to look at photo albums.
that was where it gets bad, I think.
This
you
a
know,
romantic stroll by chance?
Not about to pick you flowers. if
Yeah.
that's what you're asking.
Where's he going? I thought I was supposed to get in. I guess I'm not. I'm not paying much attention. I'm rambling about GameStop. Yeah. So basically, the people.
Here we are.
I can guarantee you,
What are we
a lot of the
looking at?
people on
A
the
water
Reddit
tower.
Wall Street
Great
Bets
spot.
thing are
Great for what?
people who
For
do more with stocks
the
than
views.
The views.
just
Right.
than like they're not the Robin Hood
This way.
crowd. They're not the like.
Gate stuck again.
They're not the
Fix it
people
one
who
of these
are
days.
investing in fractional
give you a
shares.
boost.
Some of them
Climb
I'm
over,
sure are,
open
but
it
a
from
lot
the
of them
other side.
aren't. That's my opinion. I don't know that.
Yeah.
But
Okay. Good.
yeah, I mean, all it comes down to is that basically a bunch of people
Just push.
are getting
Okay.
we're getting overly greedy.
On our way.
with the shorting of that
Area's
stock,
not bad, actually.
and some people
Unlikely
noticed
to
that
dazzle, make a
they
good first
that they
impression,
were
though.
being careless about
Certainly no
their
Corpo
short
Plaza.
positions by having more
But
shorted
life's livable
shares than
here.
shares which exist, so they
No worse
decided
places
to
to raise
say,
kids.
Randy's
yeah, you know
problems
what?
with the law. Those
we're
didn't
gonna
pop
mess
out
with
of thin
you.
air.
We're gonna
True.
stick it to you.
But Randy takes after his
And
old man.
through
He'd find
purchasing
trouble in
shares
nice
and purchasing
neighborhood, too.
options, they started the price climbing, and that started the shorts being called in, which means the people who shorted have to buy shares, which caused more shorts to get called in,
Only the worst
which means
city
more
between the
people had to
Atlantic
buy
and
shares, which it basically becomes a feedback loop.
But I sure do love
I mean,
this view.
it's actually kind of funny. But unless you really, it's like the people who are buying it now who are just like, oh, it's rising like crazy. It's not. It's the next. It's the next Tesla. I mean, like, this is a bad time. In my personal opinion, it is a
Scrapers
bad
actually seem
time
pretty majestic
to buy
from
into
out here.
GameStop if you don't know what's going on and
Seeing
you don't
what goes on
understand
inside.
it very well.
Memories?
High stress, dirty backstabs.
But that said, I mean, I've already talked
Pressure
about
that
it too
gives
much
you
because I'm
ulcers.
already sick of it on my feed.
Somehow,
so I don't know why I'm inflicting
I
it
just don't
on
miss
to
it.
people who are listening to me. But here we are.
Got something for you.
Wow. What's the occasion?
About what? Ah,
Aiming to close the door. The stage of my life is done.
that sounds interesting.
This thing holds too many memories. Won't let me do that. It'll serve you better.
My understanding is glass
Thank
blowing
you.
is not super healthy for your lungs.
Just promise you won't blow your foot off.
Oddly specific request.
That
Josh's husband
I
did
could
it.
see that.
Drunk. This very spot.
Which made this your special spot? Family landmark?
Something of the kind. All right, V. You know why we're here, don't you? Say you do. Please, don't string me along.
That the pickup line you settled on? Because maybe heard 3 in my life that were worse. And just
is-
a little at that.
Wouldn't mind hearing him.
Yeah,
Yeah. Happy to oblige.
I'll have to check it. What do you think I should pick here? This is pretty terrible. I'm gonna try this
So
one
I'm
to
at a
see
bar,
the
and
least
this
terrible.
gonk taps me on the shoulder and says, "Here I am, baby. You got 2 wishes left."
What'd you say?
Spoke my second wish. That he would fuck off.
Was there a third?
Mm-hmm. Wished him a speedy recovery. Broken arm. Merciful, I'd say. Will you swallow? Beautiful.
You serious?
This guy and I, sitting in a diner. 5 minutes, he gapes at me. Not a word. Then, drops that bomb.
Oof.
That's pretty bad. All right, we're going for
I'll
the
fuck
worst
you
one
for
last,
free.
I guess. I think this is the worst.
Got a contract. To pull info out of a gigolo in a tech mink fedora. It was weird. He was spilling. And then, he pulled that one out of his hat.
A candid and generous proposal, V. You should have at least considered it. Okay, last one was good. You know, woman once told me I have sexy calves.
That's it?
Just like her boyfriend's. Before he lost his legs in the war.
Yikes.
She was right, though. I do have great calves.
I see what you're doing, River.
And how am I doing? Do I stand a chance?
Just don't fall in love with me.
Too late, V. Too late.
All right, let's see where this goes. I'm like, do I need to do the blur filter? I'm wondering if streaming to right now. Oh, that's good. Not that it actually shows that much during these scenes. I could have blurred more just to be safe, though. Now. I guess I'm safe. There's nothing on the screen. Bet Johnny liked that. I love how I love how intricate the junk is in this game. It's like map, you know, some kind of a map, some specific type of vinyl record, and it's just all junk that just gets turned into, you know, more junk.
Christ, V. Can't believe you're making me fucking cop. Gonna go plug my ears, gouge out my eyes.
Well, Johnny, if you take over my body...
Hey. Coffee will be ready in a jiff.
Oh, Preem. Talked in your sleep, you know?
Yeah? I dreamt of a warehouse, searching containers in it.
Warehouse must have been huge. You were loud.
Taste it. Best coffee you've ever had, I bet.
That
Best
coffee looked
jambalaya, best coffee.
Mm-hmm. Come on, keep it coming. And?
Just that.
Burn.
So, been thinking.
What?
Last night, you and me. Is this going anywhere, you know, longer term?
Listen, River. What happened? It was real. It was good.
But
I can't make any plans for the future. There's this thing.
that you couldn't tell me about. I know.
There's this thing in my head. It's
Call it
taking me
veteran
over.
cop intuition.
Killing me slowly.
That's why I tried to tell you something yesterday. About myself.
To give me courage, boost it.
No. So you'd know
Softly.
exactly how fucked up I am. Give you a chance to consider if you even want me.
So it's my turn now. You got it. Wasn't just me you spent the night with. Sharing headspace.
This just
with a
reminds me of
construct
like
I
what
caught
they used
like
to tell
some
us in,
disease.
you know, middle school and high school.
All because of
the
an
whole like,
experimental Arasaka biochip.
and if you're with someone, it's like
You
being
mean
with
like
every person
somebody's
they've been with.
Mm-hmm. An engram of Johnny Silverhand. Yes, that Silverhand. And it's getting worse.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't think
Sorry,
I got
still
any of
not
that in
following
public
you.
school. Yeah.
You're talking to V right
Well,
now.
I mean,
But
I don't
tomorrow,
know.
this
As you
could be
know,
a
the school I went,
self-obsessed
my
dickhead
first
rocker
high
boy.
school, as you know, was
And trust me, you don't want
obviously
to
the
talk
same
to
as
him.
yours. And
is that even
it was
possible?
worse, I think, when I went there, because it was basically on a downhill
He's
spiral.
displacing my own neural net, River.
I was talking
Gradually destroying my brain.
talking to my
But it's
neighbor
reversible, right?
about high schools,
There's
and
no way it
he
could
went
actually
to
kill you.
Cherry Creek
Actually,
for a
doesn't
year
look
or two of
promising.
his high school.
Need to
when he
excise
moved
him.
from
Get him out of my
state
brain before it's
to
too
here.
late.
So, and I told him I went to Hinckley, and he's like, "Whoa, that was that's a rough
Still
school."
want to be my boyfriend?
Who do you take me for? Of course I do.
Like, so yeah, so apparently you
Doesn't
and I
change a thing.
survived like a horrifically
Question
rough
is,
school.
What do you want?
Which, to be fair,
I'm
there
willing to
were
give
some
this a shot.
rough things about it. I mean, maybe it wasn't. I guess I don't view it as that rough. I mean, there weren't metal detectors.
This works, River.
And
I
yeah,
like
I
being
don't
around
think
you.
it. I don't know. Now
Let's
it
give it a
might be
try.
a little worse in that respect.
Let's
It's
give it
hard
a
to
try.
say.
But if it doesn't work,
I definitely think that
we'll
some of
still be
the,
friends, right?
you know,
Let's not get ahead of
some of the-
ourselves, okay?
some of the high
Sure.
schools in Denver probably are worse.
Good morning. Not intruding, I hope. The generator.
Well, I mean,
You remember,
Central.
Oh, fuck.
Central had its
Need me to
issues,
fix it now?
but
Yeah,
Hinckley was
now.
definitely.
Then we go to the hospital.
Hinckley was
I'd
not
rather
that
have
far
everything
behind
ready for when
Central in a
Randy
lot
gets
of
back.
respects, and
Don't mind me. and
Hinckley
Tell Randy I said hello.
didn't
damn.
get the attention
sorry,
that
V.
Central got. So
Will I see you later?
I think in some
Yeah,
ways
sure.
Central was probably rougher, and
Have a
in
good
other
day.
ways it was probably a better school anyway. I had fewer problems with the
What's up with the
Central
generator?
people I
I don't
ran
know, but
into than the ones in
electricity's
Hinckley,
out.
but of course I didn't actually
And then
go
his
to
room
Central,
needs
so I
tidying.
was not
I'm
around
supposed to do that?
I
the
know it
worst
sounds,
of it, you
but
know.
this one time, please.
Yeah, but I mean, when I was at Hinckley, the teachers were afraid of the students. It was not good. I don't get this. Why does she have the...
Hope it's nothing but bright days ahead for Randy.
Like,
You
why does she
never
have,
know
like,
with
the...
him. I swear.
the like,
Not since he lost his
magnifying
father.
glass?
Pretty tough blow for a kid to weather.
But after what that psycho did to him, I think it could change things for the better.
Don't doubt it.
Yeah. I probably
Everything
could
okay
be
between you and
paying
River?
more attention to my game, but...
Yeah,
Yeah.
finally found common ground.
V, the
Better late
basilisk.
than never.
It's ready. Would you like to drive it?
Silver lining, considering this. Sure. Be there soon.
I love how I'm
Never
like
seen
having a
one taken.
conversation with Joss and Pan
So
Am
I
at the same
hear.
time.
Really
Like,
ends well.
this
I got
game...
my Randy back.
That's like I
and my
would like
brother,
to see
too.
them fix is not putting conversation messages on top of things like this.
Can't be easy raising 3 kids on your own.
Well, it wasn't any easier
I
with my
don't
husband.
know if that's what's happening with the
In
phone
fact, the
calls.
best days were when he didn't come home. There were times I wished he'd disappear for a month just to not have him hanging
Yeah, I
around.
don't know. I don't know. I'm playing the game and I don't know.
That bad, huh?
His bike in the highway, that was his world. But at home, let me tell you a story.
At least generally their lips move
This
when
one
they talk
time he
now.
took Dorian into the city.
It's this weird
Had
thing.
some errand to run,
Well,
just father and son.
in the first few
He came back
versions
that
of the
night,
game,
dead-ass drunk, raging at me for calling the cops
they would
on
look.
him.
The lips wouldn't
Did
be
you?
moving at all, and it would look really
River
weird.
found him in some dive and brought Dorian home.
It just, it was hard to tell if someone was
Must
actually
have been a
talking to
relief
you or
then,
not because
when
it was
you
just
left.
weird. And it's funny because of course
For
you know we've been
weeks, I
playing
cried
games
every
for
night.
decades,
My husband
and
was killed.
I
The
mean-
father of my children.
some of the characters don't even have mouths, and they're supposed to be
I'm
talking
sorry.
or whatever. And obviously there
Randy
wasn't
changed.
voice acting
He locked up.
when we
Not
started.
to mention the other two I still had to raise.
Um,
Life was rough with him and without him.
Seen the opening
Sometimes
numbers?
there's no solution.
Stevenson's a hit.
Congrats, I guess.
You were great. Forget all that shit I said to you.
put that
Eddie's will
away.
hit your pocket soon. And should I mention
it's my
it'll be a
best
bonus?
weapon for
Enjoy.
non-lethal.
How'd he die?
Thale de Caldos told me he died an honorable death. Whatever the hell that means. They showed me his body, where his face used to be. Couldn't see the honor in that.
Oh, that's funny.
Let's, change this subject.
I totally miss how her husband died because of that. Oh. Oh my
Hang in
god.
there, Joss.
Oh, that was great. You know, if I get booted from Twitch, life will go on. I will be nice to myself and take care of that from happening again real quick. Why is my character not dressed? Jeez, come on, game. Well, the thing is, so I mean, I don't know how not clothed you could tell my character was since I blurred it before I went into these screens. But that's good, because my character was completely bottomless. Because in the menu, if you don't turn off nudity, your character shows up completely nude when you remove all of the armor and stuff. Well, clothing / armor. But the thing that is crazy about that is, like, in the open world, you always have underwear on. Always. So, yeah, it's just kind of weird the way that they chose to do that, but also it's just kind of, I don't know, it's just kind of pointless the way they did it, I guess. Thanks. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think that one's I might be able to get away with, but I have a more powerful non-lethal weapon. Though honestly, I have to admit, I do kind of like the katanas better. Anyway, it's a good thing I blurred that before I went into my inventory under the circumstances. Yeah. Thanks. He'll probably delete it for my benefit, but that was pretty funny though. I will have to share that though with it. I'll have to share that with Human Shield though later. Fair enough. Yeah. Oh, that was pretty funny though. Not a safe for work game. So back to where we were before I whipped that out. We were talking about, well, I was also, right before it, I was still talking about the mouths, I think. But that's the thing, like, you know, you played, you know, well, you probably didn't play, like, Half-Life or Deus Ex, but there's a period of, like, 3D games where they had voices, but they didn't have moving mouths. And it's like, that doesn't bother us, but now the graphics are this good, it's weird if the mouths don't move. Yeah. Yeah. And that makes sense.
Good morning, Night City! The king is dead.
Yeah, so
Long
speaking
live
of
the
realistic...
king. Following the tragic death of Saburo Arasaka,
oh, come on.
his
Why is my
son,
motorcycle not even moving?
Yorinobu Arasaka,
Okay. Apparently
has
I
assumed
can't
the
drive
reins
any
as
closer to
CEO.
that house, so...
Yes, that
so
very same Yorinobu who once abandoned
this is the problem with the turning radius. Like, that is a ridiculous
Even
turning
dabble in a
radius for a
domestic
motorcycle.
terrorism. I dare you to name a better candidate for the world's gun runner.
Yeah, I mean, like,
chief.
I have driven cars with a better turning
morning,
radius than
Night
these motorcycles.
City. Is it a mirage? A hologram? No, my friends. It's
I've ridden
clear,
a lot.
open skies. But don't take it from me. Get out there and enjoy the sun.
This thing, like, with a motorcycle, you can go from the left turn lane to the leftmost lane on a U-turn at low speed, no problem. It's completely insane that you cannot do a U-turn without running into the side of something in this game. I mean, the motorcycles are nice for going through traffic, but yeah, the driving in this game is not even as it's not even as good as GTA. That's how bad it is. Speaking of driving, so I ordered my Christmas/birthday present finally from Amazon, since you know, Mom and Dad gave me Amazon gift cards. Yeah, so I finally ordered it.
Thanks.
So it was what I decided to get was finally in stock, and somehow Amazon appears to have lost it. They now, yeah, it was supposed to be delivered Wednesday, and then it said it was out for delivery on Tuesday, and then it went from like arrived at the warehouse to out for delivery to arrived at the warehouse again. I'm like, and that was the last update. And that was Tuesday, and like I said, it was originally supposed to be delivered Wednesday, so it looked like it was going to show up a day early, which would have been wonderful.
It's good to see you
and then
again.
it shows
Something
up,
happened?
Come
or
on.
it hasn't shown
Jeff
up at
will
all. Now it
explain
just shows, like I said, there's no
He's
update
just about
since
done
Tuesday.
prepping for the debate. I've rescheduled all his meetings out
Aurora.
of the office today. The office meeting here, so nobody will bother us.
Mike,
bother
we're
us
talking
at
about the
doing what,
cornerstone
exactly?
of my platform.
You'll
I'm not
know
doing a
in a minute.
U-turn just
Yeah.
because Night Court. No, I'm not sucking anyone's dick just so they can fuck me in the ass! Look, I gotta go. Make the amendments, we'll powwow later. V, glad you could make it.
Jefferson.
Grab a seat, please. I'll explain why I asked you to come over. We've had a break-in. Not the usual kind, though.
Yeah.
So unusual how?
A couple of days back, dead of night, something wakes me. A noise.
Well, that's good.
I grab my pistol and come out of the bedroom. See a stranger. He looks like he's about to reach for it, so I pull the trigger.
Nail him?
No idea. My head started spinning and I passed out. No trace of him the morning after. I'd like you to find him. Find out what he wanted.
Why me, of all people? Wouldn't rather have a detective look into it?
Prefer to use tried and tested contacts.
Can't blame you.
Former mayor's death? You unraveled that mystery. I trust you'll be able to crack this one as well.
Notify the badges yet?
We don't want any buzz around this. No attention, whatever.
You know. NCPD's full of people who like the occasional stray eddy.
If
Yeah.
we reported a break-in, the media descend on us like a swarm of
Texted me a
locusts.
picture.
No badges. Gotcha.
Of course, we notified SSI about the incident. Our
The
private
pig
security.
board's cool. I like how you got like a place to hang headphones now. And you're charging like your tablet.
We shouldn't delay too long. SSI's pretty small time. Why didn't you go with Arasaka or Militech?
It's what was recommended
Fair
to
enough.
us.
On the bright side, we're not dependent on any mega corporations.
What did the intruder look like?
I can't remember much. It was dark. He was wearing some sort of mask. Or was it an implant? Couldn't really get a good look at him.
Elizabeth didn't see him either?
I slept through the whole thing. Election season takes its toll on you.
These two are interesting, aren't they?
Security look into this? Say anything?
So,
This is where things get a little weird.
I don't know
there's
if
no
I'm
sign of a
remembering things
break-in
correctly.
or
I
of a
don't
shot being
think that
fired.
Security cams didn't record
I don't know if he's
anything.
running for mayor of the city
Guard
or if
outside
he's
didn't
working
see
for
or
the person who's
hear
running
anything.
for the mayor of the city. But obviously,
They
this couple
suggested
is
Jeff
quite
must
well
have had a
off.
bad dream.
Convenient answer.
Liz gave security the day off so I could call you in.
Said you passed out?
That's right. Just after I fired.
What then?
Nothing. I woke up in bed the next morning. Killer headache to boot.
So it could have just been
Any
a dream.
idea how you made it back to your bed?
Nope. None. Elizabeth's at a loss too.
Intruder take anything? Break anything?
Nothing missing.
I haven't noticed any damage either. Jeff must have scared him off before he could do anything.
This security outfit, SSI. Who are they?
Been on the market the last 15 years. They have clients across the city. If memory serves, they came recommended. An acquaintance. You think SSI might be behind this?
That or someone hiding behind SSI. Anyone come to mind right
I love how V is just
Walden
like,
Holt?
let's
Did
just
kill the last
make all
mayor.
kinds of suspicious
And the polls
accusations.
do have him
It's
trailing
fine.
Jeff.
But it could be anyone, really.
Honestly, it
Jeff has
actually is.
many enemies, a lot of them powerful. We could sit here naming names all day.
I see.
Yeah,
That's why I
the
called you, V.
The former,
I need you to find out what the hell's
former
going
mayor
on.
was killed because,
Anything else you want to tell
well,
me?
was killed by the
Or
deputy.
think maybe you
Was
should?
his death was set up by the deputy mayor.
Nope, that about covered it. Liz?
It seems like everything. It's unlikely we'll learn anything anyway.
Honey, please. I'm sure V will turn something up. So, you got all you need for now?
Wouldn't mind taking a look around the apartment.
Of course. Liz can give you the tour. Gotta run to a meeting. As soon as you learn anything, let me know.
Yeah, sure, sounds good. Let's go see
Come on.
what the,
Let me show you around.
that window's working really well. Let's go see what the rich people have to say.
Right behind you.
Lead the way.
We can start where Jeff spotted our uninvited guest.
I'm scanning everything.
I have to admit, sometimes I get fed up with all of this.
Politics?
So far, we've managed to effectively turn down offers to work with Night Corp, Biotechnica, Arasaka.
So far, you say?
If Jeff can get elected without owing anybody, favors or otherwise, that'd be the real victory. Jeff's office, control room, storage, and flea market
Oh, look at
crammed
that
into one.
screen. Malfunctioning.
Vote for Perales.
Okay, so I guess he is he's running.
And we keep all the campaign stuff here. It's cheaper that way.
Yeah.
Tight bites. You and Jeff must be putting in serious overtime.
Elections. You don't even have time to think about food, so you just order whatever's quickest. But yes, it's true, Jeff hasn't eaten anything else recently.
Yeah, that pizza looks kind of old though.
This is
dinner.
Jeff's
It was
personal
good.
machine. I doubt you'll find anything on it relating to the break-in.
Wish- How's that? I had the Impossible Whopper, and I just thought it was really dry. It tasted just not quite right, and the texture wasn't quite right, and my stomach hurt afterwards. And the thing is that it's not really any. It's slightly less bad than a regular Whopper. Maybe. Yeah, I mean, that certainly is the case with the Whopper, right? Yeah, I think that I don't have a problem with them working on that sort of stuff. I mean, it's kind of funny because in this game, you basically don't get there's no real meat to speak of in this game's world, you know. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Yeah.
Department of Law at Asukaga, Berkeley. Classy. You and Jeff graduate from the same school? Must have been expensive.
Estimated cost is
We were lucky.
2.7 million.
On full scholarships, funded by the Knight Foundation, a charity founded by Richard Knight's widow. They helped a lot of underprivileged kids with ambitions.
Yeah, well, if you can afford a $2.7 million education times 2.
Iron. This Jeff's?
This is
Uh,
where we
Said
mine,
that,
actually.
but I
yes,
don't know if
that's
she's
the
telling
one
the
Jeff
truth.
used that night.
And you would expect a pretty good ROI on that, regardless of who paid for it. I guess that's part of the problem with a lot of those expensive degrees.
Notice
these
anything
days.
different
a lot
in
of
here
people
after
that
the break-in?
you get financed for just about
No,
any degree,
I don't
regardless
think
of its
so.
ROI. And some
What do you have in
places
mind?
charge way too much.
Jeff said he passed out. Anything seem out of the ordinary? The bedding, its arrangement, any signs at all?
As if he was dragged back to bed, you mean? No, I didn't notice anything.
Mind if I take a look around?
Yeah, I know someone who
Be
got a
my
PhD
guest.
in it. And it's like basically a PhD in library sciences. You're lucky if it paid back then what I was making as a software engineer, you know? Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, like, you know, it's one thing to get, I didn't want to look at the mirror. I look amazing, I know. Anyway, it's one thing to get, you know, the degree. Oh, I don't see it here. I don't know if Human Shield ever noticed this or not, but there's a Demolition Man reference in V's apartment and probably other areas too. But did you ever watch Demolition Man? So basically the premise of Demolition Man is that criminals no longer go to regular prisons, they go to cryo prison where they're put in cryostasis, and they have these things attached to their like heads to kind of reprogram them to be not criminals, and they'll have right, that's basically it. Yeah, so but essentially
This was my den before the campaign. A place to focus, relax.
Doesn't look it anymore.
Security had to set up somewhere. One of the many small sacrifices I've had to make. This was the first, but it won't be the last.
I'm not gonna jack in front of her, even though I have the skill points to do so. Let's look at these messages. Security stuff. But anyway,
Looks like SSI's employees knew.
So
about the
basically, Sylvester Stallone's character is a cop who's known for causing massive destruction in the process of capturing the most ruthless criminals, and he gets sort of set up by the last one he captures. So they both go to cryo prison, and then Wesley Snipes' character is the crazy bad guy, and he gets in the future he gets let out by a corrupt politician. So to capture him, they unfreeze Stallone, and to finally get to the point, they don't have toilet paper in the future. They have 3 seashells. And one of the running things through the movie is it's not like running constantly through the movie, but it's just this thing like, so how did the seashells work? Well, that's delightful.
Last year, the City Council of Night City absolved 30...
I'm rummaging through your whole house, and you're gonna take it and like it. This is an amazing apartment. Alright, I need to find my way back upstairs now. Oh, you're no fun. I mean, if you have enough money and you don't have to clean it, it's not so bad. You know, if you have the kind of money that someone who can afford this has, you're gonna just have a ton of people up in your business, basically regardless. It's just, this is one of the things that I've come to realize, that basically the more money you make, the more things cost. And I don't mean that in the, oh my god, you have to buy a Porsche if you make lots of money. I mean that to maintain it, you have to maintain it. For one thing, the more money you make, the more stressful it is. Well, not really. I mean, like, and a lot of stuff. You know, there's a happy medium. I mean, there is that sort of a thing, but that's like going back to the, you know, if you're buying a Porsche, you don't have to buy a Porsche, you know? Yeah, I mean, I own Tesla stock, as you know, and I couldn't bring myself to buy a Tesla. Yeah, I'm not finding a whole lot in this apartment. Guess I'm gonna talk to her. Yeah, I was scanning them. It says technical ability 10. Maybe I'll try just... I have technical ability 10, so I don't know if I can do anything with them. I can't quick hack them. I guess I'm gonna go jack into that computer because it keeps showing up. But part of why it's showing up is because it is something I can jack into. So I have, right. Let's go jack in. See if she gets mad at me for this. I really gotta pay better attention to when I'm actually gonna be able to get more than one. She doesn't say anything about it nice. Previously, though, I did have a code to get on this. Yeah, the security footage looks like it was. That seems suspect. Yeah, I have a feeling this is probably something that I needed to go through. But the first time I did it before I jacked in, there was a code on it. Yeah, you do a lot of this like surveillance camera stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's not for everyone. I always get Super Mario Brothers. I am, but I'm still right. He's just stubborn. I suppose.
Seems a happy fam. That your daughter?
Sachi. Oh, I miss her. Her studies took her abroad.
Huh, where to?
Europe. An excellent school. She'll get a good education. I know it's an ocean away, but with Jeff running for mayor, it's just safer this way.
Look, I found a door. Suspect. Suspicious door. Oh, what's that? Bullet holes.
Bullet holes. Cocked up. Someone tried to patch up the bullet holes. Assuming neither of you had anything to do with this.
No, of course not.
Now we're talking.
Oh
investigatory progress now. That's overrated. And it has been a long week, which is a lot of why I'm actually staying up late and playing the game and streaming away, you know. I like streaming because it makes the game playing more social, you know. Yeah. Where was that hallway? Is this the hallway? Ooh, what's this?
Bloodstains. Not quite scrubbed clean. Where's the blood from? It yours?
I'm 100% sure it's not ours. Maybe the intruders?
Probably.
Ooh, there's a blood trail. That's fun. Ooh, more blood. Alright, now we're really getting somewhere. This might surprise you, but it's not the first blood trail I've had to follow in this game.
Broken?
It was fine a couple days ago. We rarely use it, though.
Why is this door concealed?
Where? There's no door here.
Scanner's showing something different.
Wait, you mean here?
Right here. It's closed. Previous owners, left over, maybe?
No. Open it. Somehow, please.
With pleasure. She's
It's
very
worth checking
strong.
their office downstairs.
Wow, that's creepy.
Jesus Christ.
Think we're safe putting your security at the top of our list of suspects?
They violated our privacy. Sons of bitches! Under my own roof!
Wonder how long they've been keeping this from you.
Too long. This ends now. I am not letting any more of those freaks set foot! Ugh. My head.
Something wrong?
Don't worry about me. Do what you have to do.
She's gonna like forget all about this or something.
Use meds. Intruder make a beeline here after Jeff tagged him?
Talking to yourself again?
More and more. Ever since this terrorist started stalking me.
Interesting, the TV is broken after, and it's actually this, you know? Guess I'll go up the ladder here in a moment. apparently am not a threat. I am harmless. Maybe after this they'll upgrade me to mostly harmless. I could go for watching the BBC version of the book again. Yeah, I need to finish the book one day. I suspect the book's probably better than the movie by a lot. I mean, the movie was okay. The BBC miniseries was really good. I guess I gotta scan the strange computer, so... Where's the strange... Yeah. It's typical, right? I don't know what strange computer it's talking about. Yeah, I thought it would be this one, but... Oh, there's... Maybe that?
Weird hardware. What's it for?
Connected to the wall-mounted screens. Wonder where else these cables run.
Follow the cables. Sure. Sounds like a plan. Oh, now it lets me up here. There we go. Yeah, there's our cables. And they lead to this funny satellite dish, huh?
Odd. Tech's practically prehistoric, but doesn't look older than a day.
Saw something like this back in the war. Transmitters. Militech was using them. Short-range UHF. Signal only travels line of sight, but it can't be intercepted.
Line of sight. Let's look around. See if we can't spot where our receiver's camping out. Got a vision on our receiver. Black van parked next to it. Gotta be our winner. Transmitter's within reach of our mystery van. Wonder if Elizabeth has ever seen the car.
Oh, this'll be fun. Really makes you wonder how this room is here and they didn't know about it ever. But their security did.
Liz, this is way bigger than we thought. Jeff's entire campaign could be threatened.
Let me worry about the race. Just tell me what you managed to find.
There's a transmitter on the roof. Seems to be conveying a signal to a van out front. Know who it might be?
We never set up any transmitter. And I don't know a thing about any van, but my guess is it's SSI's.
Don't really see any other possibility. But we still don't know who they work for.
So what do we do with the transmitter?
Nothing just yet. Let me check the van first.
I'll wait here. Just don't tell Jeff anything for now, okay?
Sure, whatever. I'll call him once I know something more substantial.
That's fine. Just remember it's the busiest time for Jeff right now. You can always come and talk to me.
Fine. I'll keep that in mind.
Is she in on it? It doesn't seem likely, but it doesn't seem impossible either. At the same time, she kind of looks like she aged like 20 years after finding out about all this. Okay, why did it look like it wanted me to go up if it wants me to go down to leave? Yeah. here, but then it gets really weird on pathfinding up here. Oh, I bet I was supposed to go down. That's why. Oh, you're no fun. Just hire an assistant to get you through your own home. This is something else, like, so in the middle of my screen you still have like the outlines from the security cameras because there's little glitches in the game that do things like that. And it usually goes away eventually, but sometimes it doesn't until you restart.
How about we take the wheels, V? That van could give us a slip any second.
Yeah, well, that's definitely what we're going to do. We are going to get my motorcycle. My motorcycle that is doing a U-turn for me. That was very nice of it. For a moment I was thinking, you gotta wait for Johnny to get on. It's like, nope, no, he's in my head. I do think they did a good job with music that is very fitting for this game. Just bust through? Yes, I can. Nice. Of course.
We are about to find out.
Don't lose him, V.
Unfortunately,
Oh, now you're interested.
unlike
We could expose a Corpo conspiracy.
Unlike GTA, you can't
I'm telling
shoot
you.
while driving.
They could be Corpo's spies, or who the fuck knows what.
Out of control motorcycle, watch out. Now, I will say the motorcycles can go through a lot more than in real life without you flying off and dying.
You look at politicians and see a curated display, but behind the scenes it's all-out war. Citizens don't choose their representatives.
Then who?
The key players, string pullers. They spy on all the paralysis, look for weak spots, blackmail, rig elections. Gonna lose them if you don't pick up the pace.
They're taking us in the north side. Scan and well, Johnny.
Steering is so bad in this game. Gunner! What just disappeared?
All units report, opening fire.
Club for you, and oh, there's They actually hurt you. The cameras can hack you.
Fire! Fire!
Yeah, let's do an overheat on that guy. Enemies have been alerted, you don't say. Not gonna do them any good. Well, let's see what River has to say.
Pierced it, we're in.
Couldn't ask the NCPD for better records than this.
Pictures, medical records. Vulnerability to neuroplasticity. It's some kind of database. Brain scans, the paralysis, biological casts, neuroplasticity.
Fuck. What about that? The blue shit.
Fresh neural links. They're not spying on them, Johnny. They're fucking with their heads.
Mean to say someone's literally controlling our upstanding politicians' minds?
Uh-huh. Red blots are memory residue in the hippocampus region. See how they're bleeding into the blue?
So what are we looking at?
They're planting new memories in their heads, modifying their personalities. This is big shit, Johnny.
Fuck me.
Got other guinea pigs besides the paralysis, too.
Quick, download the data. Whoever comes looking for it, that's your suspect.
Shit! They're wiping the data. We've been made. Now they know someone's been in their database.
Wonder if they also know who.
Oh, this can't be happening!
Gotta go.
The heck was that? I called her. There's a way down. There's a way up. There's another place to jack
Aim
in
fucking
down below.
steady!
Right, go ahead. You're gonna want to sit down for this. It's way bigger than we thought.
What is?
You're being brainwashed. Literally. They've scanned your minds and now using some kind of conditioning to...
Wait, not on the holo.
Right. I'll come by.
No. You and I, we need to speak alone. I know a little ramen place in Japantown. Sending you the coordinates.
Right. See you there.
Oh, this is gonna end well, isn't it? Let's see. Go let them know. Let them know that I'm here. I don't know how to go down. Whatever. We're gonna go to Japantown. Alright, time for another terrible U-turn. Turning radius is so bad. Motorcycles don't two-wheel drift very well. Oh, that was funny. I was distracted by the weird glitch of having my character on the bike and standing on the back of the bike at the same time. Oh, this place.
I'm ready. You ready? Hey.
Will you sit? Please? Thank you for coming.
She's already changed.
Why are we meeting here and not at your pad?
Because I have something to confess. In private. Not in front of Jeff.
Oh, is she behind it?
Okay. Confess away.
I'm sorry. My nerves are shot. I can't gather my thoughts.
Wasn't that long ago we last met. Something happened since then?
No, I mean, something did happen, though not recently. It's a long story. I don't quite know how to tell you. where to even start.
Relax. No need to rush.
A while ago, I started noticing some changes in Jeff's behavior. His personality, he seemed to be changing right in front of me. Becoming someone else.
How so?
He stopped reading, forgot the title of his favorite movie. Even his musical taste changed overnight. Once, I said we should visit his brother's grave, and he told me that he'd been an only child. That's when I started thinking something bad was happening. Something insidious. And not just with Jeff.
Notice any changes in yourself?
After some time, on several occasions, my friends pointed out that I was acting strangely.
Oh, that must have been hard.
It was. You know, it's at times like those you start to question reality.
So the whole time you knew what I could end up finding?
Yeah, it's gonna be my last mission of the night.
I don't know who,
but
how, or why.
I gotta see how this
they're
ends.
Changing us.
For this part, at
that
least.
Concealed room in our apartment.
What about it?
I'm sure I'd seen it before, but must have somehow forgotten. I find that terrifying.
Mentioned any of this to Jeff?
I tried. I did. But he's blinded to everything. He just laughed, said I was imagining things. He once brought up a vacation that we never went on. Swear to God. He went on about it in such detail, I almost started believing him.
Could be just you who forgot. Maybe they just wiped the trip from your memory.
Hell, I don't know anymore. Don't you get that?
You know, oddly enough, V
Haven't
might
told
be
me the
one
whole
person who
story
really
yet,
does
have
get
you?
it.
I saw a stranger in our apartment one night tinkering with the monitors. But I was in such a state by then that I didn't know if I could trust my own eyes.
So, you didn't do anything?
I don't remember what happened. I talked to security the next morning.
Let me guess. Cams didn't pick anything up.
The guy just shrugged and said I must have dreamt it. He showed me the recording, of course. I felt like a lunatic. And then, the next day, I got a call.
Who was it?
Them. Whoever they are.
I love that.
There was a garbled voice on the other end.
It was them.
He never introduced himself.
And? Cut some kind of deal with them?
No. I was told that our perfect lives could fall apart at any minute. That I have my husband's safety to think about. After, there was no record of the call. It was as if it had never happened. So I'm begging you, V. Jefferson can't find out about any of this. Ever. His life depends on it.
What if you're just saying what they programmed you to say? Just reading off a script based on thoughts planted in your head?
All I know is, I love my husband, and I want him to be safe, and happy.
Or that's what they want you to know.
You know what Jeff will do if you tell him? I know my husband. He'll start looking on his own. He can't find out about this. It'd destroy him.
But damn it, Elizabeth, you gonna ignore this? Somebody poking around in your heads.
What choice do I have? To get myself killed? Or see my husband dragged away from me?
Asking me to lie to my employer?
I'm going to tell Jeff that SSI was spying for his rival, Holt. You just need to confirm what I say.
And if I'm not on board?
You have a choice. Just remember, any consequences will not be yours to deal with.
Truly prepared to fire SSI? After the threats? It'll be brave, but risky as all get out.
What they're doing to us is one thing, but when you found that concealed room, I can't accept strangers spying on us while we sleep. Not under my own roof.
What difference does it make where?
I'll take full responsibility for anything SSI goes on to do. I'm just asking you not to get Jefferson involved. I'll add a meeting in Reconciliation Park to Jeff's schedule. He'll be waiting. Since I can't know if I'll remember this conversation tomorrow, I'm counting on you not to forget what I asked of you.
I won't. But that's all I can promise.
Goodbye, V.
Oh, that was fun.
Whole thing's fucked up, huh? Wouldn't want to be in her pants. Speaking of, overlapping memories, changing personalities. Remind you of anything? But hey, at least we know what we're up against.
No. No, this is different. Saw yourself. They're purposely modifying their minds' individual thoughts.
Paralysis make a damn nice next-gen puppet. Even in my day, there were whispers about this kind of stuff. Cognitive pattern fluctuators, remote neural read.
I still wonder what the
In
spiky
layman's
thing on
terms,
Johnny's
gas
elbow is for.
The beauty is that everything's fair game. Subliminal TV signals, high-density emitters in your electric toothbrush. You name it.
So, in my pants, what would you do?
Some real rat bastards behind this. Someone's got to take them down.
Even by risking the paralysis lives?
Fuck knows what kind of shit a mayor controlled by puppet masters could pull. But yeah, you could end up putting their lives at risk. Or not. Tough choice, V.
I like the idea of taking them down. But of course, I mean, this is all about rebelling against this type of stuff, right? Alright, I think I'm going to meet with Jefferson later. As in, not tonight. Yeah, I'm gonna call it a night, so thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for joining. I'll be streaming more or less when I can. I'm gonna finish this game, like I said, and then I'm gonna start playing stuff in Japanese and Korean, and might, yeah, since I will be so bad at this, I might start with like Super Mario RPG or something like that off of my, I think I don't know if I have that on the Switch. Is that on the Switch? I have it on the Famicom Mini, or the Super Famicom Mini. That's too bad. I mean, I have a legit copy anyway, so like looking at my Switch now. Like what is on this thing? Because I found a while back, I found the instructions to get the Japanese version of the. Actually, why am I doing it this way? I have a better idea. Hold on. It's like, since I can, I might as well do it this other way. So that this controller will just connect nicely. Because the other one's connected to my daughter's Switch. Alright, that is connected. And a little bit of HDMI switching. And here we are. Yeah, so I have the Famicom and Super Famicom apps on here. Now, can I just start the software? I'll have to get the update later. Oh, that's fun. It's not scaling. Well, so I'm not playing it tonight. It doesn't really matter. That's not scaling. What do we have? I'm surprised that Wild Tracks is one of the first things they put on here. I forget what they call it on on Super Nintendo, but it was like a Super FX chip racing game. Well, you gotta have it, right? Yeah, it's pretty cool, but yeah, it's unfortunate that it doesn't have that it does not have the game that I would like to play. But fortunately, this does. Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? Like, a lot of us would like to play that, and it's awfully expensive on the secondhand market. Probably repair it, and also add an HDMI port. Of course, the HDMI port is expensive, but yeah, that's how it works right now. But yeah, this I will be fixing the scaling, but obviously I'm not actually going to play this tonight because this is 720p, and the way this is set up, it does not. Obviously, it's not scaling. Yeah, this is Super Mario RPG on the Super Famicom Mini. So I might start with streaming this because at least this, like, I can actually read the characters on here because it's clear enough. Some of the NES games, like, or the Famicom games, they are kind of hard to read. The only benefit is they have very little kanji in them because so many of the kanji are hard to make out, but when they have kanji, it's really hard to figure out what they are if you don't know your kanji well. You can see how some of these are, like, since we know this more or less, we can figure it out, but it's a little tough. Yeah, you can see there's kanji up there, but at least you can actually, if you knew those, you can actually figure out what those are. Like I said, when they do it on, yeah, well, I have, something I'd like to do actually is, something I'd really like to do when it comes to streaming stuff that I can't understand, is I would love to get I would love to get another capture card, but I think I really need to wait till I get a new computer to do that. But I'm looking at, this will go down one of two ways. I assume sooner or later Elgato is going to put out an HDMI 2.1 compatible capture card, and then I could capture, 4K 120 hertz, which there's very little I play that would take advantage of that, honestly. I just don't play. I don't play much that could hit 120 hertz, even if I had a RTX 3090. I would have to turn down the settings so much to hit 120 FPS and 4K. It wouldn't really be enjoyable for me, since I don't play a lot of esports titles. But so that's one option, is I buy that whenever it comes out because I assume it's going to come out, and then I just have two capture cards. Or the other option is, what I'm looking at is something like the Blackmagic quad capture, so that way I can later get, like a mirrorless camera to replace my webcam, and do multiple cameras and things like that. But then if I can get another input, I can have my iPad stuff on screen when I'm searching for things to translate, because I think you've seen my Midori app where I can actually draw the kanji into the app, and that makes it a whole lot easier to find things. Um, and I haven't found anything that's really comparable on Windows. So I haven't found anything that's comparable on anything that's not iOS. That was like a $20 app, but it's well worth it if you're, if you're looking for a good Japanese English dictionary. It's probably the best I've come across because you don't have to. Where we're at, we don't really know the radicals very well for the kanji, if if at all. I know a few. I understand some of the radical stuff, but not very well. Not to the point that I can look it up. But I think to me, that's the hard thing with Japanese is the kanji um, has a steep learning curve that's just very hard to get moving without something that you can draw the kanji into. Um, because the kanji, like knowing the kanji makes things so much easier. Like what little I knew from the remembering the kanji books and from Duolingo was actually fairly useful in Japan. I mean, it wasn't super useful, but it was because I'm not very far into it, but it was useful. It was a lot better than not knowing it. It was the type of thing where I could see. It was interesting because there was places where the sign would be like in English it would say some like age and under, like 12 and under or something, but then it would be or 10 and under, but then in and then in Japanese it'd be like elementary school kids, because I could recognize the kanji. So those sorts of things, it's nice to know. It's really helpful. But then, of course, the reality is you go, like when I quit out of the game here, because I reloaded this computer. I'm actually really kind of disappointed, not with the fact that I reloaded it, but I ran my benchmark software, and I don't know if it's just because I don't have the power settings as high or what, but I'm benchmarking worse than I was on the previous install, which kind of pisses me off. But I did an install of Windows in Japanese, so it's kind of fun that when you like, um, hold on, trying to get my actual keyboards on here. It's like when you go to the command prompt, yeah, instead of having the backslashes, you have the yen symbol, um, which I don't know why that's a thing. I probably could find out, but I just think it's kind of cool that. So this, even if you switch this into English, those sorts of things remain because it's a Japanese install of Windows. It's the same ISO. You just tell it to install in Japanese, and it's a full Japanese copy now. So I think that's really nice. And I'm going to dual boot this computer to have a Korean install. Not sure that I'll get that done this weekend because we have so many other things to do. But you can see though, it's like on this alone, it's probably kind of blurry since this is a 4K feed downscaled to 1080 or 720 depending on where you're watching it. But it's kanji is everywhere for just day-to-day Japanese. So it's great to go through Japanese from zero and Pimsleur and learn to speak and read, but you really, really need to get through, all of the Japanese from zero books because you need as much kanji as you can get to actually be literate um, in the language. And I think it's a lot easier to be. My experience so far is that it's just repetition anywhere you can get it is what's going to make it so you can actually understand it when you're listening to things and reading things and trying to speak it. It helps a lot. Huh? No, why? Oh, that's cool. Um, that is helpful. Um, there's plenty. Right now, though, I have no shortage of Japanese things to read. Oh my god, I have way too much. I mean, I got rid of some of it too. Nothing spectacular that I got rid of, but yeah, this though, I don't I don't know if you might appreciate this one. Here we go. Pardon the mess behind me, but yeah, that's a Bubblegum Crisis novel. Um, and I totally cannot read this yet, but one day, one day I will. One day I will read through this, but just taking it one day at a time. It's gonna be slow going, but um, it's interesting because this doesn't look like Bubblegum Crisis that you and I watched originally. It doesn't look like the original, but this also doesn't look like the 2040 garbage. So it'll be interesting because it's still Pris. I think that's Nene. What was it? It was it's Sylvia. Is that how they do it? Shiria? Huh. I'll have to look up how they spelled her name in the other series. Because it's like Lena. Yeah, I mean it's the same names. But they don't look like at all like the ones from I'm turning this the wrong way. They don't look at all like the ones from the original Bubblegum Crisis or the 2040 reboot. Kind of a cool guitar that Pris has there. I mean, I don't think it really compares to my weird anime cowgirl guitar behind me, but or the red one to the right of it, but that's just me. I'm biased to my real guitars. But yeah, I have no shortage of reading material. I actually have God, I have so much great reading material, honestly. I need to just get through this stuff, which is a lot of what I'm trying to do, is just get through the Japanese from zero books and then move on to, my Japanese street slang, my making out in Japanese, my more making out in Japanese. I have all this stuff that I just need to actually use. And I'm getting there. I'm actually making progress, little by little. And I think I have two books like this, but I know I have the Ghost in the Shell manga that's in Japanese and English both. So that's actually a pretty cool one for learning. There's no shortage, like I said, so I might still have a Korean copy of Harry Potter floating around, but I don't think I do. I think I might have let I might have let go of my Ranma 1/2 in Korean. I think I did. I mean, it was pretty beat up though. And honestly, I do enjoy Ranma 1/2, but really past season like 2 or 3, it's just so repetitive because the characters never grow. So I don't regret watching the entire series, but it's hard to want to go back and watch it again past the first couple seasons because it just gets really repetitive and the characters that are added are kind of terrible. Like that gambling king guy. I mean, he's just he's just terrible. You know? Yeah. They have I don't know if they have the movie, but they have all 7 seasons on Hulu. or they did. Um, and I'd already seen the movies and the OAVs, so um, I don't know. I like the series. I wouldn't mind buying it on Blu-ray at some point, but I have no idea when I will. Probably not for a long time because I don't I just feel like everything I buy is just more stuff to move at some point in my life, and obviously sooner than later and at the moment, but I mean generally too, because I don't really expect our next move to be our last, so we'll see. I was actually trying to see if they have the movies or the OAVs. Okay, they do have it on Blu-ray. Because I won't buy digital download anime. Like I won't buy anime on Amazon or Vudu or anywhere because it's too much like the old VHS days. You sometimes get hard subs, and even if you don't get hard subs, you only get one soundtrack and one subtitle track. It's like if I want that, I will build a time machine and go back to the the early 90s when we first were watching anime, and it was about the same price, but it was on VHS, so at least I guess I got a physical copy of it. I don't know. I mean, it was VHS anime was terrible because you couldn't watch it raw, and I remember most of the time you would get 3 or 4 episodes per VHS if you bought dubbed, and it would cost like $25 for that VHS tape. But if you wanted subbed, it was $30 to $35, and you got 2 or 3 episodes was all. Which I assume now in hindsight, I think the reason that they probably did that was the same reason you saw weird stuff even 10, 20 years later with Blu-ray, where on some of the Blu-rays they would not have the Japanese audio, or if they did, they would force the subtitles to be on because they didn't want to ruin the market in Japan. It's so expensive there to buy Blu-ray and DVD. But yeah, it's like when DVD came out, you got 4 or 5 episodes per disc with both audio tracks and a subtitle track you could turn on or off as you saw fit. And that to me was wonderful. And with Blu-ray, I think it's bogus when they try to do the little locking thing, but I'm just going to copy it to my server anyway so I can watch it whenever. So that doesn't really bother me anymore because I'll just back it up. But yeah, I'll buy movies on Vudu because I don't really care too much about having multiple audio tracks on my movies. If it was originally in English, I don't mind only buying it in one language, but I won't do that with anime because I want to have dubbed in case I want to watch it dubbed in the background, or I have friends over. I don't remember what that was like anymore, but one day I assume I'll have friends over again. So I just want the full experience. I don't want to pay the same price for buying the anime on Amazon or Vudu or Apple or whoever sells it as it costs for the Blu-ray and lose features. So, but I mostly just stream it anyway, so it doesn't really matter because I've got my Verve subscription still. I've got my Funimation subscription, and I'll pick up Hulu. Well, I have Netflix. I'll pick up Hulu and Amazon as needed to watch what I want to watch. So, yeah. And Midnight Pulp. Midnight Pulp has some interesting stuff from time to time. Anyway, I think I should call it a night. That's enough rambling. It's almost 2 a.m. Jeez, I haven't stayed up this late in forever. So, anyway, thanks for joining. Have a good night. Bye.